Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a little video because last week I did a video on how to get a deal on a car. How to go out and get a deal on a car. And this video is brought to you by Coffee Crisp. No, it's not. Just these little teeny weeny little Coffee Crisps, give them out at Halloween, and I got one left. And I don't know when I'm going to eat it. Shrinkflation's only made this 12 grams, which really made me not want to buy it. But here today, we're not here to talk about chocolate bars, which are my downfall. We're here to talk about why do dealerships get a bad rap? I was wondering about this. I've been buying cars for a long time now, 60 years old, probably bought way too many cars. Bought, sell, trade, new ones, old ones, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking about it, because there's all these videos out there saying the Tesla buying experience is far better than a dealership experience. So, what did I do? I called up a friend of mine who has a Tesla and I said, so, was your Tesla buying experience buying a Model Y 2 months ago better than the Bronco he bought in June? With the big puppy tires and the sway bars to go off-road and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into that, but he's into that. And there was a used Bronco on the lot because I was over there talking to my favorite salesperson, and he says, we got one, just trade it in here. Anyone that wanted one. So I called him and he said, and he headed down there, he went and looked at it, took it for a test drive 3 times over 3 days, and they held it for him because he says, look, I want it. I just got to go test drive it a couple more times. And then he went back and he goes, this is what he said to me. He goes, this is the difference. When I went to Tesla to buy the car and I wanted to test drive it, they didn't have one for me to test drive. They said, the computer's over there, go order it. Which was a little weird because he did need some financing. And he was like, huh? Anyways, went over to the computer. They actually helped him go click, 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 ordered. They said, we'll give you a call when it's ready. And he left. Well, pretty simple. Didn't give him any money whatsoever. And got an email with the order on it. But guess what he had to do before he had to go pick up that car? He had to go down there with a deposit check, drop it off. Then he had to arrange financing, which was normally the dealership does that for you. And then you sign when you get the car. But he had to do that beforehand. And so all that work to get the financing beforehand he did before he went down to the dealership. He wasn't paying cash. Then that had to get done. And then he got an email saying, bring this much in a bank draft. So then he went to the bank and got a bank draft. And then when he got there, because he did the financing outside of the sales store, because they're not dealerships, they're just owned by Tesla, he did all that work before he got there. But he still had to do the work. And this is what they don't tell you, those little fanboys out there. Oh, it's easy, just go click, click, click. You go pick up your car or they deliver it to you. Load of chicken poop. Well, maybe not chicken poop, but definitely pig poop. So you're doing all this work outside of going down there. So when you go down there, they have your car ready. You have your plate, which you've done ahead of time. Registration, which you had done ahead of time. Insurance, which you did ahead of time. And your financing, which you did ahead of time. And you sign and off you go with your car in a half an hour. Or maybe some instructional things, but you're gone in a half an hour. So I said, how was it with the Bronco? He goes, well, I said, I'd take it. And they said, okay. So they signed, and they said, would you like some financing? He said, yes, I would like some financing. Off to the financing person, signed, and left. Came back, they had the plate on the car. Insurance was, of course, done by email, sent down there. But they put the plate on the car, they had the registration done, and they had the insurance card from them. They had a little folder in the thing, here's your insurance, here's your thing, it expires next year, okay? And off we went. The key transfer thing, he said, 15 minutes. It was used, it wasn't brand new. I knew what I was getting. And even if it was brand new, I knew what I was getting. I didn't need a tutorial. I said, nope, I'll take the car. And they said, there you go. Handed him the keys then. Off he went. Had the plate on and everything. Well, when he went to, get the Model Y, I had to put the plate on, I had to do a bunch of things. He says, that took about 45 minutes. But I did all this work ahead of time. So why do dealerships get a bad rap? Is it just because I happen to know a guy that works at a dealership that is run by a person that wants it to be a positive experience? Or is it the public? Because, there's video after video after, these guys are terrible. Markups and, hey, I don't see any videos saying that Teslas sell more after driving it for a year in 2023. I mean, they're just back to depreciating like every other car in the market. So, dealership bad name, Tesla easy. Oh, they're so great. Well, they're not great. I think they suck. That's why I didn't buy one. And they don't have a driver display and you can't control events. So I'm out. Car's out. I don't care. Make it $10,000. I'll buy it, sell it to some dumbass. So this is about dealerships. And this is why. Because first of all, if you watched my video of last week on how to get a deal on a car, remember I said, if it doesn't have the numbers you want in it, get out of there. This is why dealerships have a bad name. There's too many of them. And because there's too many of them, they have cars they want to get rid of. And certain people get deals and certain people don't. You walk in and you're like, oh, that seems like a good price. I'll take it. They don't say anything to you. They sell it to you for that. Next guy comes in that's like me. I'm like, I'm not paying that. Well, I thought you wanted it. I'll offer this. And then go back and forth 6 times. Leave. Come back a week later. It's still there. I don't care if they sell it on me. This is why dealerships get a bad name. People like me. Or you. Or the general public, I would say 80% of them, want a deal. It has to be a deal. Tesla puts their prices up and down almost on a weekly basis. You never know if you're getting a deal or paying too much. Car dealerships don't do this. They start at a certain price in January, and then in May they drop them a little bit, and then in July they drop them a little bit, and then we get to this time of year and they're like, those gotta go. We got 2024s coming. And they drop them a lot. Of course, the guy that bought it in January at say $50,000 has made payments on it for 10 months. i.e. the price difference. So, this is why I think dealerships get a bad name. There's too many of them. Where I live in the city of 1.6 million people inside the city limits, I'm going to pick on Ford here. There are six dealerships for our city. There's one Tesla dealership. And that goes all the way up to Red Deer, 200 kilometers away, all the way down to the American border. Okay? One. That's it. You want one? This is the price. You don't want it? See ya. Supply and demand. Now, I like to see what they're going to do when they start producing 20 million vehicles a year, how they sell their cars, because they won't be selling them the way they sell them now. So, but there are six dealerships in my city. Now, I go to the one I like, that treat me well, always get my financing the way I want, have the vehicle the way I want. They wash it, they clean it, they have everything ready, they know when I'm coming. I'm coming at 1 o'clock, I'm gone by 1:30. I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay? 20 years. They know. I use the same person. As long as that person's working there, that's who I'm using. I'm a loyal person. I'm on commission. I'm self-employed. I have loyalty. People treat me well and put up with my crap because, trust me, I will throw stuff at people over and over and over again and test their patience with me. But, if I'm going to buy it, I'm using you, the person I've always used. And it's just the way it is. But this is why dealerships get a bad rap. Because, not everyone can do this. It's frustrating. It can be tough. But everyone wants a deal. And so they go to dealerships to get a deal and grind them and grind them and grind them. And then they make videos of it. And this is why they get a bad name. And some dealers, quite frankly, I would never buy a car from. Because I know they're always up to something. Especially if you got high volume. Anyways, is it really, did they really stand? And buying used cars, let me tell you, once it's used, and I don't care if it's Tesla, Toyota, Ford, GM, Volkswagen, once it's used, do you really know what you're getting? So you're always out for a deal. And dealerships get a bad rap for this. So I think it's unfair that there are so many dealerships in the city that I live in. Now, the Ford Motor Company, because I'm picking on Ford here. GM's the same, Toyota's the same, they're all the same. Now maybe Ford will get their crap together and realize, you know what, there should only be 4 for the 2 million people that are going to be living here by the time they make that decision. And quite frankly, there should only be 4, if that. And then you'll have, this is the price. And this, I got to get a deal, will go away, right? But they're small business people trying to make a living. So, you know, they do things. They don't want to be carrying, you know, $101.5 million in interest charges a month because they have all these cars on the lot. Well, you don't want to be doing that. So this is why dealers get a bad rap. They are not bad. The one I use, which is Metro Ford, is great. They've always treated me well. They've always put up with my crap. They invite me to parties all the time. They have hamburger events and hot dogs and luncheons and all kinds of things. And I always get invited and they're always happy to see me and they always treat me well. And the service people always treat me well. I'm like, well, I don't get it. They always treat me well. And I'm a difficult person to be treated well. I don't get it. I don't know why they get a bad rap. Maybe they shouldn't get a bad rap. But just remember, if you're out looking for a deal and you're going dealership, all different brands, I'm looking for a deal, I'm looking for a deal. And there's nothing wrong with looking for a deal because it still happens. There'll be a day when this does not happen. The price will be the price. Number of dealerships will go down and the price will be the price. That's just the way it's going to be. That's where it's headed. Okay? Because electric vehicles don't have a lot of maintenance. They're far better to drive than everything else. They're just very expensive at this point in time. So you're going to go buy your hybrids. And I honestly, the Ford Escape Titanium Hybrid, or I should say they changed the name from Titanium to Platinum, can't beat it. You can't beat it. There's no other manufacturer out there that's got a better one. At a lesser price. And better distance. Better hybrid technology. No, they're the best. They're the best. And don't bother with the plug-in hybrids. They're an absolute waste of money. So this is why dealerships get a bad rap. They are not bad. Look for a good one. And just remember, don't get caught up in trying to buy a car. Just walk away. It doesn't matter. Just say, you know what? I need to think about it. I will let you know. And don't ghost them. You know, don't answer the phone. Just say, no, I'm not interested. And if they push after that, hang up on them. You said you weren't interested. I don't know why you didn't get the message. When I tell people I'm not interested, I'm not interested. Do I get interested maybe in that same product 6 months down the road? If I did, I'd call back that person I gave a hard time to. This is why dealerships get a bad rap. Tesla's not any better. They just make you do it at home and run around all over the city before you actually get your car. Whereas at the dealership, they do it all while you're right there. Thank you. And just remember, don't forget about the smart, if you live in Alberta, where I live, don't forget about the SMART program for your windshields and your rock chip repairs. Because remember, it's snowing out today and there's rocks on the road. And when there's rocks on the road, those rocks fly up into your windshield because of the Firestone all-weather tires, the Michelin Climate Extreme tires, 2 of the best all-weather tires on the market, the winter tires that everybody puts on, and the studded winter tires that people put on. Where I live, because it may not be minus 40 right now, but it's gonna be, and we all know, that's the time to go to dealership, get a deal, because who's gonna go buy a car when it's minus 40? Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. This is why dealerships get a bad name. There are not bad dealerships. There's the odd one out there that maybe you don't like. Go to one that's good, that knows how to treat you well, and use that one, and you'll be extremely happy. Have yourself a great day, and I hope to see you in the future.